Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone else, welcome to the stream, which serves no other purpose than to let me say I stream Shaq Fu. Yep. It's gonna be one of those, and it's not making any sound at the moment, which is alarming. I feel like the game should be making sound. Hang on. That's not muted, is it? No, it's just not very loud. Yeah, there we go. I can hear it. This is a game in which you play as basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal in downtown Tokyo, and I'm checking out the local sites of the day. My all-star charity game when I stumbled upon a sort of kung fu. Isn't kung fu like Chinese? Isn't kung fu supposed to be like Chinese? Oh, Shaq. To be fair, there can be kung fu in Japan, so like, whatever. Bring both for you. You want one of the stars, I presume. I'm getting I'm not sure what culture this is supposed to represent, you know. What do you mean? And Shaq is sightseeing, as you can see. He's Are you sure you want a basketball champion for this? Do you not like Are you sure you want a basketball champion for this and not like a martial art champion? Or like a soldier? Any soldier? Did Shaq ever like was Shaq ever in the military? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was. He's pretty ripped, but still. I guess he is an athlete. He's a strong guy, but... What? So anyway, this game is just like a standard, slightly existence fighting game, you know? It's a game that exists. And I'm getting my ass beat because I don't know how to play Shaq Fu. Well, Shaq is very unhappy. Shaq is looking very unhappy. So there's that. There's that. I'm just going to spam like kick and that did nothing. And now I lose. This is good. This is usually like 1.5 hours, okay? Like, can I just spam kick? Can I just spam kick? I'm just going to spam kick. It's a very mediocre fighter, which was rather common around the time. Featuring surprisingly decent animations. I'll give it that. The animations are actually really nice. And it turns out I can spam kick. He's pogging. He's pogging. Well, he's angry pogging, but he is pogging. Shaq Fu 2. Yeah, that's the thing. I own this game. I own the SNES version. I'll be honest with you. I am playing the Sega Mega Drive version right now because I hear that it has more content. And obviously we want more content out of our mediocre fighting games. Again, just like many quote-unquote worst games ever, the whole thing about this game is that the whole thing about this game is that it was just common, and a lot of people just didn't like this game while it was common, and it's actually a bit mediocre. All right. Is Shaq Fu a kusoge? How do I put this? Do I call this a kusoge? I would rather call this a... I would rather call this a stale-bred game. You know? It's not shit yet. Maybe if you feed it to the birds, it'll become shit. But it's not shit yet, you know what I mean? It's close to being shit. But it's not shit, it's stale-bred. It's not very tasty. It can nourish a person. It can nourish a person. It's like mediocre. It's, you know, 5 out of 10. Or at least that's the SNES version that I played. Fucking Aladdin? Can I spam kick against this guy too? The animations, I'll give it that. The animations are nice. And this guy just like... This guy's beating my ass. Can I spam kick against you? Oh, I guess not. Okay. All of his attacks are kicks, it turns out. And just kick. Just kick. Just kick. Nothing but kicks. Is that going to be the whole game? Kicking? I mean, he's a basketball player. I would assume his feet are for jumping and his hands are for dunking. You know what this game makes you think of? The whole like Cristiano Ronaldo thing in like Fatal Fury. That's what this game makes me think of. It's like they took Cristiano Ronaldo and then made a fighting game out of him instead of just putting him in Fatal Fury. Except it's not a famous football player, it's a basketball player. That's what this is. Don't talk about Ronaldo in Fury. Okay, I will actually give it this. The inclusion of Ronaldo in like Fatal Fury is weird. But I do think the idea of like a football player in a fighting game is genius. Like any sports player in a fighting game, they are already athletes. Like you can incorporate their sports into the fighting as well. I do think the idea of a football player in a fighting game is actually kind of genius. And I like it from that angle. I don't get why it has to be Cristiano Ronaldo, like a real life football player. I think that's weird. But, yeah. We do need more like sports players. We do need more sports players in fighting games. Although, again, it doesn't have to be Cristiano Ronaldo. That's like two completely different fandoms you're looking at there, you know? I feel like sports fans and fighting games fans, there's a bit of a rift between that, you know? Sports fans and gamers, you know? That's a bit weird. That is a bit weird. But then again, Fatal Fury made a lot more mistakes. They made more mistakes than that. There was the whole AI trailer thing, so there's that. If that did not have the AI trailer thing going on, then it just didn't want Ronaldo in a game, period. Oh yes, rats. What did Ronaldo do? What did Ronaldo do? What did he do? Squash you like a bug. So I can't just kick everyone to death. I'm noticing. I can't just kick everyone. Where the boy knows it is before. Oh dear. What are the files on this lad? Oh dear. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you my foot. Do I not have a punch button? Is everything just kick? Is everything just does Shaq just use kicks? Or is that just a allegations? Of course. I mean, to be fair, that's allegations, but that's still not a thing that's favorable. Yeah. Lovely. You riveting gameplay right here, guys. So I just spam light kick and that's it? Is that all? So I'm seeing Sark, but I'm on the ground. Apparently he can't hit me while I'm on the ground. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Again, animations? Animations are lovely. The animations are genuinely really nice. Like, I'll give the game that. Fraserworthy, beware the beast. He is as lethal as he is ugly. The beast? Okay, but like, does that unlock a bridge somewhere around here, or? Literally tripping a dude to the hospital and no one called. Back! That's pleasant. I'm gonna rock it. Is that how you approach anyone? Shaq, I know that Shaq is looking for a lost person, but like, he's just he chooses violence for everyone. He does he not just like politely ask? Does he not just politely ask anyone? Can you please? Do you maybe know where these kids are? But Shaq doesn't care. Shaq doesn't care. His first response to everyone is just violence. Which, that's... Shaq, you don't have to be... I don't think Shaq is that kind of person. Shaq... I'm told Shaq is a likable guy. I don't think Shaq would, like, be like this to people. I think that if someone went missing and, like, Shaq was the person you asked to find him, Shaq didn't appear, I think the real Shaq would just politely ask him, you know? Or, I don't know how Shaq really is, but the Shaq that I see is not... The Shaq that I see is a pretty likable guy. I've seen Shaq on video, like, what, Hot Ones and the like? He's not the guy that I actively follow, but he seems like a very likable guy. I'm not sure if this game is an accurate representation of Shaq. So instead of politely asking people, he just, like, kicks an old man's teeth in. Well done, Shaq. Jesus Christ. That's a lovely bit of information there. Okay, so I've now done this. Is there anything I'm missing? Yeah, Shaq is kind of an arse in this game. What the fuck? Oh, wait, hang on. The game is growing wise to my kicks. The game is growing wise to my kicks. Is there a block button? Presumably back is the block button, but like... No, back is not the block button. Okay, I have a roll button. That's different. No, back does not block. The game has grown wise to my tactics. Oh! I have a speedy kick. Wait, you're cornered. But no, I lose. Very handily. He beat me very handily. I would like to continue very much. Apparently flipping off viewers. That sounds like average football fan behavior. Well, not football fan, but like hooligan behavior. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. There's some passionate people in football. Yeah, okay. Fight this motherfucker. I got you. I got the strat. I got the strat. Yeah. I just needed faster kicks, that's all. Easy. Easy. Faster kicks, that's all you need. So, like, corner him once, and then... Yeah, good. Stay in that corner. Now let me kick you a bunch of times, okay? No. No, no, no. No, stay in the corner. There is a corner, and you want to go in it. You want to be in that corner. Okay? But fuck. Fuck, I lose. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We found the strat. We found the strat. So I'll go to the corner first, where he will surely try and beat me. But now I'm going to spam this kick. And you're going to try and fight this kick while I'm here, in this corner. Oh, no. Well, I can't say he's growing wise to my strat, but he is actually doing things against it now, so... Yeah, you just want to use the fastest move over and over and over again. And that'll usually do it. There we go, I win. Easy. Is that going to work against every fighter in the game now from this point onwards? Because I feel like the first few were about as easy as each other. Somewhere in the second world, the beast brings a skeleton soldier to life. This is my first time playing Shaq Fu, by the way. Or at least this version of it. I played it like once on Super Nintendo because I actually own a real-life copy of Shaq Fu for SNES. I bought it for the meme. And I've played it like once. Only for like a few minutes though. Yeah, here he is, like politely asking her, and her response is, "F you." That's her response to being politely asked. The one time he politely asks, and she's like that. And that's her response. Thanks. Very polite. Normal behavior. Normal behavior. So Shaq does sometimes politely ask people. I mean, yo, Catgirl, maybe that's not the most polite way to put it, but like still, that was still him reasonably asking this person. He was being reasonable. He was being reasonable. To be fair, do you think how big do you think this place is? Do you think any of these people would just know someone called Nezu? Do you think any of these people know what a Nezu is? Or maybe he's just not learned the culture of this place yet. And so, how dare you say the word Nezu? You've pissed me off now. Maybe that's how it goes. Maybe that's how it goes. Yeah, my strats are not working anymore. My strats are not working anymore. Doesn't it mean sleep? To the plastic head kid. Bruh! You shouldn't call people bras. That's holy balls. Excuse me, are you supposed to be doing that? So this guy is the zoner. And he stands there like that. Like, I'm telling you right now, after I game over, I'm just gonna like move on to the other game modes and try the other characters out. I'm not gonna play this game with someone else. Like, that would be abuse. That would be, it would just be abuse to anyone. To ask them to play Shaq Fu with me, that would be abuse. I'm already torturing myself enough with this game. I don't want to abuse another person with this game, you know? That would be very impolite. It would be very mean. I don't want to be a meanie who tortures other people with Shaq Fu. Which is ironic because I'm streaming it. Can you please be so nice as to let me have a go at you, eh? No. Okay, seriously though, what is with you? What is with you, bro? Of course. He zones me out. He zones me out. I don't know how to do any like special moves in this game. I'll click continue, I guess. There's the lab and there's the south gate. Do I have any special moves? There's no Nezu anymore. Okay. That's not good news. Bro, are you gonna... Okay. Okay, so like... Hadouken does like fiery kick, apparently. Does this guy do anything other than kicks? Or is this guy the designated kick fighter in this game? I can understand that, if he is. This guy seems beatable, at least. I'd say it right after I get knocked out, but like, you get me, right? He's just jumping and doing his own thing, you know? No, he's out-damaged me. He already out-damaged me at this point. I don't feel like this guy is beatable anymore for me. Yeah, there we go. I've been did to this kid. Game over. Game over, it says. Oh, that's fine. My name is... There we go. That's my name. I really am planning to do a 1.5 hour stream of this. Lovely. I wasn't planning to do a long stream of this like I did with Crazy Burst. That's like... No. What's tournaments? Is tournament like a 2-player thing, or is it, I don't know. Look at all these characters. That's, at least a few of those are not in the... It says 2. Everyone is set. Everyone is set. Everyone is set. How's it gonna work? Does set at least have a special move? Is this a... No, apparently we need a second player for this. I played Shaq Fu in all honesty. They bigoted towards gender flux people in that one. They wish you were kidding. What does Shaq Fu do? What has Shaq done? What has Shaq done? Okay, so I can just spam Hadoukens on this one. I can just spam Hadoukens on this one. Only problem is, how do I disable this tournament? Is there like no start button? The start button doesn't do anything? Nope. Nope. Looks like we're just going to be resetting the game then. Hang on. Hang on. This one, yeah. Thank you. Let's reset the game. Do that. There we go. That's it. What has Shaq Fu been doing? Just... Oh, yeah. Of course. Shaq, is this the thing that you do, Shaq? If I click duel... And then I'll be... Well, I know how to Hadouken with this guy now, so I guess this is the one. I guess this is the one. And it just picks a random opponent for me. Is it like a... Is it like an arcade mode? Does this game have an arcade mode? Excuse me? Okay, this guy's speedy kick as well. And the game just sport and the game. Wait, how far does it reach? How far does it reach? Does it just blink and then like it just blinks something and then you get hit? Okay, I feel like I need to get good at this game. I don't, because if I get good at this game, then I can say I've become good at Shaq Fu. And then, is that something I want? No. No, that is not something I want. Can you at least, like, can you select, like, your opponent's difficulty? Or what? Or is this arcade mode? Is the game's arcade mode? Mister, can you please let me stay in the corner? That's good, that's good. And let me do... Oh! There's blood! There's blood in this game. There is blood in this game. Mild amount of it, but like, that's still blood. Blood is blood. You know? Yay. I win. So jump over this guy's stuff and that's usually going to be enough, I guess. Wow. I'm not very good at Shaq Fu. I don't know why why I decided to make this a 1.5 hour stream. Actually, I can just move on to something else, like play a different version of Shaq Fu. Like there's Shaq Fu for Game Boy, you know? There is Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Who wouldn't want Shaq Fu for Game Boy? I might actually do that. Get all of the Shaq Fu in the world. Play all the versions of Shaq Fu that there are. Wouldn't that be nice? Get Shaq Fu for Game Boy as well? Actually, I might do that. I might do that. No. This is the Shaq Fu stream. We are going to dedicate this stream to just Shaq Fu. And that's that. Alright. Let's see. Do I have other versions of Shaq Fu? Definitely I do. Hang on. You're in the letter S. S-H-A. Oh yeah, here it is! Here it is! We have Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Let me put this in the correct folder. Put this in the correct folder, which is right about here. Place that. Let's try the Shaq Fu. Let's try Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Hang on. Close this. Let's open up load content. Oh boy, we are gonna play every version of Shaq Fu in the world. Let's go. Hang on. We are still going through this whole folder. I should have put some background music, but I didn't. It's fine. Right, it's here. It's in stream assets. And we have Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Load that. Get that on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hang on. Get the Game Boy version of Shaq Fu on there. Thank you. We are going to play Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Yeah, right here. Hello, Link. We just played the Sega Mega Drive version of Shaq Fu, and we are currently playing Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Everyone was rooting for Shaq. With Shaq versus Shaq. Everyone was rooting for Shaq. That's understandable. Not too loud. The music sounds louder than it is. because it's Game Boy, you know what I mean? It's bleeping and blooping, you know? But yeah, hello Link, how do you do? We have Shaq Fu, dual mode and options. Let's play Shaq Fu. The Shaq Fu featuring Shaq. Alright, yeah. Do you like Shaq Fu? I'm terrible at fighting games, by the way. I should also put that. What's with your arm? I didn't notice his arm is a bit weird. No story mode. And I don't know the special moves in this game either. So, like, this is going to be fun. Oh, he punches in this one. He can punch in this one. But still, yeah. Just crouch and kick. Crouch and kick. Easy. Crouch and kick. Yeah, the same strat as before. It still works. Crouch and kick. It's the fastest move in the game, and it just hits him. Shaq wins. They're still around too, though. Lovely. Come here. Are the later, how the hell did this get a Game Boy port? I don't know. I guess like everything got the Game Boy port. Mortal Kombat got a Game Boy port, you know what I mean? I've heard that it's not a very good port of Mortal Kombat, but it exists. It exists. He's not even gonna get any dialogue. He's just looking a bit mean, pointing at them, and just like that's it. That's just it. Can I crouch and kick against this one as well? Can I just spam crouch and kick against this one as well? No, this one uses projectiles. The frame rate on this one is horrible, by the way. I feel like you can already see that. Shaq Fu was apparently very common, so there's that. No, crouch and kick still works. That's every fight in this game now. Oh my god, I'm doing 1.5 hours of this. Why am I doing 1.5 hours of this? Why am I doing 1.5 hours of this? It's so I can say I streamed Shaq Fu and had a whole stream dedicated to Shaq Fu, that's why. There's a Super Nintendo version as well. Are there any more ports of Shaq Fu that I don't know about? Shaq wins! Congratulations, Shaq! Shaq Fu 2. Which console is Shaq Fu 2? I know there's Shaq Fu A Legend Reborn, which I own a copy of. I own a legitimate card of Shaq Fu A Legend Reborn for the Switch. Wow. That's easy. Look, I'm about to beat Shaq Fu for the Game Boy. If the other CPUs are like... That is Shaq Fu 2. Shaq Fu A Legend Reborn is Shaq Fu 2. For the... Nintendo Switch. And it's also on Steam, I'm pretty sure. Lovely. No, that'll be its own stream. That'll be its own stream. I've heard Shaq, like, talk about, I've heard Shaq himself call himself Shaq Fu. On, like, Hot Ones. I was just watching Hot Ones with Shaq. Because I watched it, like, when I was preparing the thumbnail for this one, actually. Because I wanted to see if I could get like, a good Shaq face for it. But then I figured, nah, we got to get just straight up Shaq from the game. We got to keep it a little bit authentic. But I could seriously consider getting a Shaq face in the thumbnail from Hot Ones. But then I figured, nah, Hot Ones already did the Shaq face thumbnail. I'm not going to top that. So I just went to the boring option, which is just a game title screen. But I did watch the whole episode of Shaq on Hot Ones, just in case it might get me a good thumbnail. And yes, he does call himself Shaq Fu, which I'm not sure if that's the thing he did back then. If it is the thing he did back then wow, Shaq actually called himself Shaq Fu. What is this game's title based on? Is it actually made for the Shaq fighter? Or is it just an actual thing that he called himself in? That is what I need to know now. I didn't look that up before the stream, and I am genuinely curious at this point. He's a funny guy, though. He is a funny guy. I think the world needs more people like Shaq. That is, if he's as good of a person in real life as he is on camera, then the world needs more people like Shaq. He's a great guy on Hot Ones. He's a great guy. Like, out of all the people that got the fighting game made out of them, I'm glad it's Shaq. You know what I mean? Shaq wins. And I still don't understand why they made Shaq to be like a huge dick. Look, I got a million points from just like crouching and kicking. How cool was that? Come here, come here, come here. Keep going here. Keep going here. Keep moving here. Keep moving here. Keep moving here. No, he's projectiles. He's using projectiles now, which you want to jump over, clearly. No, okay. I think a jumping kick will do it now. There we go. Never mind. Riveting gameplay, isn't it? Wow, I'm sure glad I chose this game. That is Shaq Fu. I mean, it was to be expected, really. That the Game Boy port of Shaq Fu was going to be a bit like this. I think my sister would like do really well in this game. My sister did like... I played Super Street Fighter 2 with her for like SNES. And she's the kind of person... She's not really a gamer. Well, she's kind of a gamer, but she is only a gamer because like... Because... her own siblings are gamers, you know what I mean? She got into it for her siblings. But she's not like... She's a bit normal, you know? So she's a masher. She plays fighting games and she mashes. She could beat this game very easily. She could just mash and just win. She's the kind of person who uses like no strategy. She just mashes. But it works. It works. And you don't know why it works. But actually you know why it works because you cannot predict that kind of person. You cannot predict that kind of person. Victory. Victory. We won. What? That was the whole game? That was the whole game? What? That was it? There's no like massive final boss or anything? Is there no difficulty option? What? Wait. Okay, level normal, hard, easy, normal, hard. That was not an easy mode either. That was not easy. That was normal. That was not hard. That was normal. What? But can I at least like pick Shaq versus... There were difficulty options in the game at least. Can I like pick someone to fight then? So these are all in the game, but we're gonna go Shaq versus Shaq. Because Shaq clearly doesn't fight himself in the duel mode. I've seen everything in this short of a time. Yeah. So, what do you think a few more minutes of this is going to be like? He has a projectile? Shaq has a projectile? Hang on. Shaq has a projectile. Shaq has a projectile. Wait. Shaq has a projectile. How do I use the Shaq projectile? There's a shield in this game. There is a shield in this game. Okay, never mind. We're going to go back to kicking. Crouch kick. Go back. Head back. Rush over to me. And let me kick you. There we go. I have to beat Shaq. Shaq is the final boss of the Game Boy version of Shaq Fu. And after that, well, the Super Nintendo version is just going to be the same as like the Sega Mega Drive version. So like, I guess we'll just go back to the Mega Drive version and like, try and get into that. See how far we can get into like the Mega Drive version of Shaq Fu, which is just going to be more of me crouching and kicking. In this incredible experience, overall. Can you? There we go. We beat Shaq as Shaq. Incredible. We beat the final boss of Shaq Fu. Alright, I think that's enough of Shaq Fu for Game Boy. Let's move back to Shaq Fu for Sega Mega Drive. Hang on. Unless there's other ports that have not been brought to my attention. Hang on. This is important Shaq Fu lore. We have to look up what other ports there are of Shaq Fu. Is it just Mega Drive and Game Boy and SNES? Or rather, more versions of Shaq Fu that have not been brought to my attention. Better game than Tekken 8. Ouch. Sorry, I'm sorry, Tekken. I'm sorry, that's what you get, Tekken. Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu. Not Shaq Fu Legendary Reborn. We're gonna look Shaq Fu, Wikipedia. Release. Drive, SNES, Game Boy, Amiga, Game Gear! We have to try out Shaq Fu for the Game Gear. Hang on. There's a Game Gear port of Shaq Fu that we are gonna have to try now. Hang on. Which is, that's here. We're gonna go... Conveniently, I have a lot of stuff, out there, so we're gonna go to this folder here. It's, yeah, what's the... Fusion, there we go. GG. Oh, wow. Shaq Fu. Are you there, Shaq Fu? It's over here! It's here. It's here. I have it. Hang on, I'm gonna rename this Game Gear Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu Game Gear. So that I can spot it easier when I go for it. Okay, there we go. let's find Shaq Fu for the Game Gear. Let's do this. Really, like, gets all the content I can out of Shaq Fu. I can't do the Amiga version, though. That's like, I don't think that's feasible for me. But we're going to load, we're going to get to the folder going. I should really put that folder into my retro arch, but anyway, we have, it's in, yeah, okay, here we go. And then we go assets, runs, and we go Shaq Fu Game Gear. And oh boy, let's do this. Electronic arts properties and selector, and let's little bit of setup here. I should have put the wrench on there while setting this up, but I didn't bother. However, we finally have Shaq Fu for the Game Gear here. It's here. Let's do this. Amiga Castlevania is something you suggest someday. That game is beyond awful. Oh no! No! Teartex. It's Teartex. No. It's Teartex. The conversion of our Teartex. Oh fuck. Fuck. This might be the worst version of Shaq Fu. Do you watch Ashens? Army, do you watch Ashens? Do you know terrible old games you've probably never heard of? That's Teartex. Have you watched any, like, terrible old games you've probably never heard of? By Ashens. Yeah, Teartex is featured in one of those videos. Oh, wait, no. Shaq versus Shaq. We're gonna do Shaq versus Shaq first. Let's do this. Already, I feel how much slower I am. We have some very lovely sound effects here. Yeah. Oh no. At least the AI, at least the opponents are smarter in this one, in the sense that they, like, don't just die to me crouching and kicking. But they're still not very smart, so I win. Oh no. It's fucking Teartex. Yeah, that's the Teartex Classic. I've seen a lot of... I've heard of Teartex. And this is... I think this is my first Teartex experience. So, yeah, I've been warned about these guys. And it feels exactly like I've been warned about. I think I hear your mom calling you. Wait, so I chose an opponent, and now it sends me to this guy. I chose an opponent, but like, so like it makes you think you're gonna fight one guy, but then it makes you fight like another. Still kind of mid. Maybe. I mean I did just play the Game Boy port, but Oh, he's just teleporting, and then I crouch, and then... That's the feature of Game Gear Metroidvania. Bad. Oh my god. I actually, like, got a tier text game. In the wild. A fucking tier text game, bro. Okay, I strongly recommend, Ashen's video on Human Killing Machine. And, that will tell you everything... That will tell you everything I know about tier text. It's a very old video. But... he certainly does a good job at, advertising. Oh, wait! Oh my god! I now realized! Constantly crouching and cooking is the same strategy Ashen uses in that video. How long ago was it, like... Kiddielands? He said something about Kiddielands to that old man. So, like, his dialogue against the opponents is also randomized. That's incredible. What are this, opponents... What's the reach? What's the reach of this opponent? She does the Tasmania thing, which is very nice. Okay. I lose. She got the perfect. Wonderful. So, like, you corner and you crit and you kick. Okay. Okay, the punch is faster. I can punch. I can punch. But the kick has more reach, so, yeah, whatever. I shouldn't try it when it didn't work last time, should I? I should try the other modes in Shaq Fu for... I just cat around you, don't come back. No, we will not be continuing. We will not be continuing. We will be going back to the title screen, thank you very much. Shaq is a quitter. I'm sorry. This Shaq is a quitter. My name is... Who do I honor with this name? But... That's who I honor. Fuck. Do you hear that? Story. The story mode in this game is present. That's a thing. Oh, it's the same story as the others, but like there's no... Are we going to see like the actual pictures? No, we're not going to see the actual pictures. It just spawns me directly here. Pain Temple. The Pain Temple. Oh no, it's actually called the Pain Temple. Misty mate. Pain Temple. That amuses me way too much. You shouldn't play with swords. I'll slice you to pieces, Shaq. I'm glad he knows Shaq's name. Even in this alternate universe, people know Shaq's name. I'm pretty impressed. I am pretty impressed. How much damage does he do? Holy fuck! How much damage does he do? What the fuck? That's just like one attack and like instantly like half of my health is gone. Fair and balanced gameplay right here. You said this was just mid. You said this was just mid, my friend. You said this was just mid. Does it look just mid? Does it look just mid? When he takes out like a third of my health with a massive sword. He takes out half my health with a fucking sword, bro. With like a quick sword slice. Everyone has played worse. Everyone has played worse. I've played worse. I've played Crazy Bus. Just because there's worse doesn't, like, make it less bad. Okay? Just because there exists worse doesn't mean this is less bad, okay? I'm just saying. It's not... Just because something isn't worst ever doesn't suddenly mean it's good. I'm just telling you, Army. Like, congratulations. The game is better than, like... The game is better than getting kicked in the dick. Wow. Who could have guessed? Doesn't mean this game is good. Right? I've also seen much worse fighting games. They fight my grandson, Nezu. Excuse me? I feel like they've changed this game's story a bit. But from here, week 1. Is this just going to be a 1 hour stream? Because I don't feel like more Shaq Fu, which is a completely reasonable thing to feel like. We're gonna beat story mode. We're gonna like use all the continue we can get. We are gonna beat at least one story mode. We beat story mode for the Game Boy, so like there's that. Not even story mode, like just arcade mode. Now you're gonna do the silly thing again, where I can kick you, and that's sorry for the slight outburst there, but like, come on, you can't discredit things, you know. You can't discredit things like that. Well, I guess you wouldn't discrediting it, but still. You weren't really discrediting it, but I'm still saying. And again, he just raises his arms, and then you get hit. Abracadabra. I guess the drawback of it is supposed to be that, like, it has a startup that what doesn't in this game. Let me just hit you. Bam. Done. Do I have a projectile that actually works? Do I have a projectile that works? A working projectile, please. Can you show me a working projectile? I'll be very happy with that. No, I lose. I should probably... Oh, how great. Sets can rule the world. I'm so happy. Does the game have like a training mode or something like that? Or do we have profiles? We have Raja. We have Set. Ancient Evil. Excuse me, these things, this text is going by a bit fast. I want to read it all. Master of Shakido. Shakido. He's the master of Shakido. Born with cat-like powers. The cat. Cat-like and that's it. That's just it. Wait, can we? Oh, we can make the game easy. Hang on. We can make the game easy. Is that going to do a thing? Is that going to do a thing? If I like change the difficulty to easy, is that going to make everyone easy? We do want to beat like this game story mode, do we? First, see if you can be champion. Okay. Shakido. 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 Incredible. Thank you. Thank you. We just kicked the shit out of an old man. Again. I'm going to try and get as far into this story mode as I can. If I do still game over, like, at this easy mode, then I'll just call it there. Because at this point, I've played a lot of Shaq Fu. Relatively to anyone else. There we go, we just kicked an old man. I found my grandson, Nizzy. Pain Temple. You shouldn't play with it. I win. Hooray! Oh, we're going to play the Super Nintendo version anyway later on today because just to see the many cool version differences between that and the Mega Drive version. I mean, again, he does half my fucking health. Half my fucking health, bro. And I lose. I feel like turning this game to easy mode is not gonna change much, is it? I make for good noise when reading comics. I'm glad. I'm glad I have a very listenable voice. I'm glad I'm very listenable. What comics are you reading? What comics are you reading? Apparently the Pain Temple is too difficult. Bro, you don't just call people ugly, Mr. Shaq. Deathstroke. You do. That sounds like that sounds like either a villain or a 90s anti-hero, and my assumption is 90s anti-hero. You do seem like the kind of person who likes villains or 90s anti-heroes, yeah? You seem very much like that kind of person. Some Secret Origins, some Superman. Again, I am not... I know fuck all about, like, villains. I know fuck all about, I mean, comic books. So... especially American comic books, I know nothing about them. You could tell me, like... I know enough to know that, like... Superman is not Marvel. I know that much, you know? Like, congratulations. I'm now a cultured man for knowing that Superman is not Marvel. Has there ever been a superhero comic about Shaquille O'Neal? I kind of want one. If there exists a superhero comic about Shaq Fu, I want to read it. I want to read the Shaq Fu superhero comic. You cannot convince me that that wouldn't be cool. Look, Shaq has convinced me that despite this game being silly, I do still want more Shaq in my life. You know? I think the world needs more Shaq. What about Superman fighting Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali. What? Superman fighting Muhammad Ali in a boxing match? This aliens. What? Superman fighting Muhammad Ali in a boxing match to stop aliens? I mean, Superman himself is alien, so, like, that part isn't even, like, that weird. But, what? I mean, to be fair, that's, like... Alright, we're an hour into this stream. I'm not even gonna give it the extra half hour. I'm not even gonna play the SNES version because it's just gonna be like the Mega Drive version, but like there's less in it. I feel like, well, there's more buttons, so like maybe the actual fighting is better. What do I know? Oh dear Lord. I win! Shaq wins! Hooray! Can I take this next round as well? And play more Shaq Fu? Wow, that would be very exciting, wouldn't it? More like cornering this opponent and then kicking. That sounds so exciting. No, never mind. I'm losing very hard right now. I lose. Thank fuck. Oh dear. Now says can rule the world. Lovely. I can't believe this is fuck's high score. Alright, we've had enough of tier tech Shaq Fu, thank you very much. If I had easy access to the Amiga version, I would be playing that next. But I'm not going to bother with this. We have now thoroughly enjoyed the video game that is Shaq Fu. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. That was Shaq Fu. Oh, look, we can look at this demo gameplay of tier tech Shaq Fu. Oh no. Anyway, I don't want to torture with more Shaq Fu. I also don't want to torture myself with more Shaq Fu. I feel like at this point you've already seen like my gameplay of Shaq Fu. Every fight has just been like me sitting in a corner and kicking. So I'm just gonna let you know next week's schedule, or at least the things I have definitely planned for next week, which include next week's Sunday stream will be a good game for once. But it's still on the torture stream slots for a reason, because it will be Ghosts and Goblins. So it's a good game, just a really hard one. Hard enough to deserve a torture stream slot, but it is a good game, okay? Yeah. And to prepare for Ghosts and Goblins, I will play another game in that series, also in the same week, earlier in the same week, called Demon's Crest, because I love Demon's Crest. As for the rest of that week, I did make the schedule image beforehand, so I'll give it a look right now. The NES one. It is the NES one. So like a bit. I think the arcade version is probably better, but whatever. Demon's Crest is a good game that I enjoy. And where is? Oh, it's here. I can look at the schedule right now. Now, depending on whether or not I have salvaged the Fire Red thing, I may or may not play more Fire Red next week. I will also, next week's Wednesday, play Keep Talking Nobody Explodes in a collab with my friend, Sharon Maylene. She is someone who's appeared in a collab before on this channel, like pre-rebrand. So, yeah, she's part of a group that sometimes collabs things together. That place has calmed down a bit, but conveniently, she and I are both time travelers, so I want to do something time-related. And, you know, Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. It's a game with a time limit. I'm going to put this on the RAM scene. Okay, change this to scene RAM. Yeah. So, I will be playing something with a time limit with a fellow time traveler on Wednesday. And so that will be Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. We might also stream Risk of Rain 2 at some point in the future because she recently got it. And look, I will happily collab Risk of Rain 2 with anyone. It depends. Anyway, yeah. Depending on whether or not I will salvage the Fire Red save in time, I may or may not stream Fire Red Randomizer next week. I will try and salvage that, but if I don't salvage it in time, then I'll put some other game on the schedule. So anyway, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I will replace the words like Fire Red Randomizer with Gorilla. And then if it's not Fire Red Randomizer, then I will do something else on that day. That seems like the safest option. All right. And with that, I will be heading off. First of all, thank you, Army. Thank you, Knight. Thank you, Link. And with that, yeah. See you all. Outro time. In 3, 2, 1, click.